Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? I hope you guys had a good and safe holiday weekend. I know we got kicked around by the storm here a little bit, just a little bit of ice and a lot of wind. We did have our Sunday session. If you didn't know, every Sunday at 9 o'clock, right back here in chat, we do have our market analysis and swing watch list session. So every Sunday at 9 o'clock, we're right here. If I'm not, I'll let you know. And we also have a newsletter that comes out, which is pretty much a narrative of the session. So if you want that every day in chat in the announcement section or the alert section, we'll have the link for you to be able to sign up and get that newsletter, which is great this week because 2/3 through our session on Sunday, the power went out for a few minutes and it kind of destroyed the video or corrupted the video file. So I couldn't really put anything together as far as the video. So the newsletter would have given you the opportunity. So if you guys like these recap videos, just make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. So let me know that you like what we're doing, and I'll keep making an effort to do these every day that I can do them. So looking at the SPY today, it pretty much did exactly what we said it was going to do Sunday. We said, it didn't close above any of this resistance. So there was a good chance it could gap down and sell off and hit the 100-day and even tap this major resistance level here or support level here. And that's exactly what it did. It came down, it tapped the support, it bounced, and we closed right on the daily, the 100-day moving average right here. So if history repeats itself, this is probably where we're going to bounce. We bounced off the 100, multiple times here. We did get through it back here in October. But that was more of kind of a less organized sell. It was just kind of consolidation under here. But, there's a good chance we can bounce and continue. If not, expect to pull back to 450. And, we might can lose it. But the bulls came in and, took care of this today. Let's see if they're going to continue this momentum that they picked up going into the close and drive this back up. It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow either way. If it recovers and we start another dead cat bounce, we're going to have some swing opportunities opening up. If this thing drops and sells off, we're going to have some good day trading opportunities to pop up. So should be a pretty interesting day tomorrow. Now let's take a look at our day. It was a hell of a day for me. That's all I can say. It was a hell of a day. It started out incredible. Here's the first trade I took. The swings weren't setting up. It wasn't a day to take swings. So I caught this move in the swing account. We were talking about how RBLX, this thing had a parabolic move up in sympathy of the ATVI news. And anytime you get a big overreaction like this is the perfect setup for a reversal. And it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It ran right into resistance up here. What we do, or what my setup is, this is the way I trade reversals. I like a parabolic move that signals an overreaction up into some resistance. It gets rejected off of it, and then I can short it back down to earth here. And typically I try to work it all the way down to where it came from. But as I was looking at this, I felt that right here would be the best place. That this would be the best. This is where we would kind of run into some trouble, and it may try to bounce or hold up here, and especially with the 200 sitting here. But it didn't. I mean, it just sold all the way through. I'm not mad. I stuck to my plan. I think it worked out perfectly. And, we were able to lock in a pretty penny here. Now, I didn't scale out because this is in the account I'm doing swings in this week, the IB account. I just kind of switch them out. 1 month I'll day trade in IB and swing in TD, and then vice versa. But I don't know why I do it, but I do it. So, this was in IB. So let's look at let me pop out the thing here. Oops, hold on. There we go. So, this is a trade log here. We got it at 8:39. This is the only thing that drives me insane about IB. This one order, this one short order, got split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tickets. Why, I don't know. But that all of this was an entry, and that was the exit right here at 79. So really nice trade to start the day off with. Textbook reversal. Now we'll be getting into these when we get further up that pyramid. When we start adding some strategies, we'll add this strategy. We'll add the earning strategy, and the all-day hold strategy. So we'll add those when we get to another level up in that pyramid. So right now we're just focusing on the first two that we've covered already. But this was a nice textbook trade. I was pretty happy with it. This NVDA trade is the one that sucks. It's not the smartest trade in the world. But here's the deal. Let's go with the setup first. Okay, this thing broke the pre-market low, which actually was sitting right on the 100-day moving average. So once we took it out with all of this momentum, I shorted it. It did get down a little bit, but it stalled out and it bounced on me. Now this candle did not close above the level I based the trade off of. So it came back down. This candle opened and started to push up, and it actually hit my max loss. But what happened was this thing took off. This stop went 4 points in like 10 seconds. So it blew past my stop. I was sitting there with that deer in the headlights look, with my mouth hung open. I think everybody in chat, it shocked them too. But you can react to this thing two different ways. You can panic and just bail out of it, or you could zoom out, take a look at what's going on around you, and see if you can make a case to build another trade plan around the trend. And I've gone over this before on a couple of trades that I've done in the past like this, where it got away from me, and I just zoomed out and kind of looked at the overall trend and what we could make out of this. I'm already down big. I'm already blown up. Now, yeah, it did come back, and I could have bailed out at break even, but that's not what I was looking for. By then, I'd already built the different trade plan, and I was going to see if it worked. And you can see I almost got stopped out here. My hard stop was just above this candle right here. If it made a new high, that was it. It was done. It almost made a new high. I mean, it almost took it out. Luckily, I wasn't watching it then. I had already took this off and tried to get it out of my mind because emotionally, I was a wreck. But that's what happened here, and it just held a trend, and I just kept riding it. Here we had another little, a bounce. We typically see this going into 3 o'clock. And, again, it was still making lower highs. And finally it broke through. I was able to start making profit. This didn't get to where I wanted it to, but I did make a couple bucks. I think I made just over $500 on this versus me, losing $800 or $900. Now, yeah, I could have lost a little bit more, but I was already down big. Why not give it a little bit more room to hold trend and work it out? Somebody said, well, it's because you have a big account. No, that's not it. This account isn't that big. As a matter of fact, I can't remember. I wired some money out of this at the beginning of the month because this was the one I paid myself out of. So I don't even think I have $25,000 in this one. I don't think. I can't remember. Did I either wired it down to 17 or 27? I can't remember, but it's not a big account. It's the fact that I trusted what the chart was telling me. Now, the last thing we did, we went over this in chat today, in the main chat, using the linear regression channel. I looked at it, and we were firmly in between the linear regression channel. This is a bearish regression channel. We are trending down. Everything about this supported my thesis that we were going to continue to sell off. How far? Nobody knows. But I figured we would keep selling off based on all of the technical analysis that I did. And the market. I looked at the market too. It looked the same way. So I was pretty confident, and that's why I stayed in it, and that's why it paid me. Now, of course, if you were rattled and you just couldn't stand it, yeah, get the hell out. If mentally you're not capable of dealing with something like this, you got to get out. If I wasn't mentally capable of handling this and didn't have a plan, I would have got out. It's just that simple. So this is what I'm trying to work you guys through. This is the difference between breaking even or making a couple of bucks at the end of the month or having solid months. You see, we've got a solid month going. And I could have easily wrecked it. I could have bailed out, started trading these other stocks that were chopping around, that were setting up and chopping, and continue to dig a hole for myself. Or I could have just sat here and said, hey, if I'm going to dig a hole for myself, just stick to one stock and let it work. And if it digs a hole, fine, I'm done for the day. But if it doesn't and it holds trend, I can at least come out, a lot better than I would have if I would have panicked out. And that's all it is. So that wraps up today. It's Taco Tuesday, so I got to go grab me some tacos. And that's all I need, really. And a couple of cervezas. But other than that, I can wrap this day up, and we'll be back on Wednesday. So you guys stay safe, stay warm, and I will catch you tomorrow.